You look good, you have all of the something there about you. Yes, goodie!
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Goodgal Podcast.
Greetings.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm tired. I'm really tired. Like, we need a break.
You know, says mental exhaustion.
I just feel like I have
Yeah.
not
That's
gotten
it.
a break from December.
No, that's it.
I just need. There's so much going on. Yeah, man, I'm tired. How are you?
I'm okay. Nothing much.
She's like, all things good on this
No,
side.
I'm alright. I
Yeah.
mean,
Life is life in.
isn't this always? So I've learned
Not
to just
sure.
kind of accept it. And you know what I want? I went to about today when I bought the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So this coloring book. I've been coloring, but I wanted a new coloring book.
You
and I'm
told
so
me that
excited.
you're into adult coloring books
Yes.
now. Yes, I'm
It's
happy
so
for you.
nice.
No, I get that. I get that because
Nice
I'm a
little Sunday
painter.
evening.
Mm-hmm.
Where you just sit down now, you can probably have a TV on as background music. You don't want to like feel like there's dead silence.
Mhm.
And you just
Just color.
Yeah, I like it.
Mm.
Is this my new hobby? I'm not sure. But I do like it sometimes.
I feel like that's painting for me, but like I want to try and actually do I have this piece in my room, right? The room that we're in. I want to try and do something like that, like a big abstract piece of art to put up in my house.
You ever tried paint by numbers?
No.
I've heard about it. I wanted to try this as well. But I feel like painting is a different level than coloring.
That's true.
So I'm
That's
just like,
right.
let me
Hold off. One time I can take up pottery. I'm saying, you're just
What?
enough. You know me, once
What's
I see
that?
someone on pottery.
Oh, wow.
You know what? You know me, once I see someone on
Oh, with the
Amazon.
crackling?
Yeah.
What you know?
You know when I see something, I'm going to be
No,
like,
you know it wouldn't be bad. It's not a bad idea. I'd do it. You know what? We should do it as like a group activity.
maybe. I've
I
done
do
it with
that.
my mom before.
So you just buy it and you just.
No, I actually went to a place that does
Oh,
it.
right.
Yes,
I
yeah.
want to do that.
It was
I
nice.
wanted to do that.
It was not. Yo, we need to go pick up that. Anyways, we strayed from the
Oh.
plot.
Yeah. Yes, we do.
Jumping right into the goodie of the week.
Mm-hmm.
The goodie of the week.
Okay, so this week's video of the week is Papin's High School's Greenhouse Initiative. So Papin High School has recently inaugurated a state-of-the-art greenhouse aiming to enhance agricultural education and provide students with hands-on experience in sustainable farming practices. The initiative not only promotes environmental stewardship, but also equips students with valuable skills for the future. I thought this was very cool.
It is because it's also at Kingston School.
Yes, that's why I thought it was cool. Because I was just like, there's other opportunities than, the traditional roads.
Right.
And I feel like especially at post-burial and all of that, I think the agricultural industry needs more persons willing to step into it. And I know a lot of young people now who are farming. Like I have a friend and he has started farming.
Mm-hmm.
I think he told me like his crop is pepper. And I was like, what?
They can
Yeah.
From my experience in my past life, remember? Farming can make you some money.
Yeah.
Like it can. I remember it's tax free for the most part.
It's what? Tax free.
I mean, obviously, if you register your business, yeah, but most of the farmers are not like registered.
Yeah.
Like, come on now. So you really have
Yeah.
tax free earnings.
Mhm.
It's just that there are lots of like risk involved with like
Mhm.
pests and so on. But actually, you can make some money if you have a really good like relationship with a business and you're supplying them. Like, so
Yeah,
for instance,
because that's what
but
that's what my friend does. He's a supplier for like a popular food chain,
Right.
and that's why he just does
That's
pepper.
your boss, you know.
Yeah, he just does pepper. So I
It
feel
doesn't have
like
to be a big food chain. It could just
Yeah.
be a restaurant where you know the good
yeah,
and consistent work, or a
Yeah.
supermarket that always order from your girl.
yeah, true.
And so I like that because it's the Kingstonians. They don't usually have that exposure to agriculture. Which is,
Yeah, man, we're full of shit.
New York, Honky Jungle. Right. So it's like for them to be able to have ignore.
Guys, Bella is in there, and I promise you, I just was making sure she's not killing herself. Like, no, she just jumped off the something a while ago. Anyways, yes, it's at Kingston schools.
No, but it's good that they have an opportunity to learn that other avenue because they don't generally get that opportunity.
True, that's very true.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool, and then the technology around it, I think is pretty cool. It was a hydro.
Yeah, I think it's all hydro. Yeah.
Because I was starting to I was looking at it some years ago. I was like very intrigued by it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it's pretty cool. But yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I always want to build a fully sustainable. Like I saw somebody this guy on TikTok and he does it. He has like a fully eco and sustainable house. Like the water
Mhm.
is and his electricity solar.
Mhm.
Like I was like, wow. He does like the thing, the what do you call it, Starlink, where you get in like internet from the satellites or whatever. And I was like, oh wow, this is interesting.
No,
This is
it's
pretty
cool. It's
interesting.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
And mixing agriculture with technology, I think that's pretty cool.
I think it's very
But
cool
like
too.
a modern and a traditional, like for
Yeah.
infusing the two, that's pretty cool.
But I also think that like it's cool that you can go from your IT class to your agricultural studies.
Right?
Yeah, that's very cool. I wish I'd had something like that when I was going to high
I
school.
never listened to high school. When them say traditional school, you know.
They meant that.
Traditional school.
They meant
yeah?
that. The only cool thing that I think my school had, which was in sixth form,
Mhm.
they gave us economics as a CAPE course.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
it was like, but I think it was driven by a specific teacher and I
Mhm.
got to benefit from it. So
Mhm.
that's how I ended up studying econ in college,
Oh wow.
in university. So I was like, oh wow, this is interesting because I actually really liked economics.
They didn't
And
even offer TD. Okay.
oh, because
So
it's
if
an
you
all girls
wanted to,
school.
say you wanna be an architect, sorry. You do not. You have to find a class outside.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah,
when they
man, it
said
was-
that, they meant the traditional.
They meant traditional. I'm telling you.
Traditional. Yeah, the curriculum was very yeah, it was very basic when I went to high school. I feel like sometimes even some of the subject didn't offer. We are giving POA and POB, PO and OA, office admin. I'm like, guys, it's like what time? I don't remember what the year that was, but it was just like OA and no was office administration. Really, they gave office administration at my school, and I was like,
as a C-sex subject.
as a CXC subject.
Wow. The more you know.
I was
like,
like,
sometimes because I in the sickle box, we never even know.
And it's like you have human and social biology versus biology, and I'm just like, just make the.
Yeah, because it was the base. It fuses all of them together.
I'm like, yo, just give the people them the biology, like just go do the biology. I did human and social biology, and when I was looking at my friends who did biology, I was like, I should have just done biology.
It was basically the same thing.
Because I was like, oh, I'm not a science student.
More in-depth,
yeah, I just wanted like a one science for making it not look so bad.
Yeah.
But really, anyways. But yeah, so big up yourself to big up Papi in high school and this greenhouse initiative.
Big up you.
Okay, moving right into our hot topic segment.
Hot topics.
So this is a very serious topic, and
It sure is.
I'm gonna see my passion. Okay.
Take time with me.
So as you can see, we're talking about, the predatory behavior towards children in Jamaican society.
Mhm.
So in recent years, right, not in recent years, from the beginning of time, from Jamaica, we have a very predatory society against children. Like adults preying on children, adults acting like children are adults. Like it's like it is so bad. And I think now that I'm older, like when you're young, you're like da. But
yeah,
like
the innocence.
now I realize how predatory it is. Yes.
Mhm.
So then listen, so now teacher arrest, right? So in recent months, several educators have been charged with sexual offenses involving students, right? So for instance, a male teacher at Immaculate Conception High School was arrested for allegedly engaging in a sexual activity with a 14-year-old. This is all last year. I think this one was some point last year, 2024.
Mhm.
Next, this one was in December. A 30-year-old teacher in St. Catherine faced charges for sexually touching and grooming a 12-year-old student. 30 and 12. And then most recently, there was another case where a teacher in, I think it was a country area, was charged with dating his 14-year-old student. But it was really brought up because he's popular on TikTok, and he does TikToks like doing dancing challenges with his students.
Oh.
So it was like, oh, like it was very weird to see him, whatever. So right. So then I was like, this is interesting. This is very interesting. Like, not interested in a good way, but it's just like and then I started to think about high school, and I started to think about, you know how much teacher looked me in high school?
I've heard about those stories too.
No, you know what? No, not even fun and joke aside. Everybody did go my high school, Meadowbrook High School. And if you were in my year, you know exactly which teachers. There were 3 particular teachers, and it was like known that them are gonna look you.
Normalized.
It was so normal. It was just known. Say, oh, yeah, man. Like, we would sit down as girls and be like, oh, he messaged me on Facebook and next year. And there were other girls, but then again, I also I was a girl who told my daddy everything, right? So when I told, but my father dark like midnight, you know. So I couldn't tell him, say, like, he actually phoned me on Facebook and messaged me, but I never entertained it. So I was like, okay. But then you had other girls who actually entertained it, right? So I'm just like, and it was known that they were together and like slept together and everything. Like it was like, I'm telling you, it was, and I'm like, prison. Now that I'm old, I'm thinking about it and I'm like, you guys needed to go to prison.
Absolutely.
There were teachers who also would have I remember hearing stories of them again, some of them may be made up, but I just know that particular teacher I was talking about, and I remember them literally like hearing stories of girls, like teachers sleeping with girls on campus, like at the school, in them school uniform. I'm like, and now there's something about it. I say school picnics a stink.
Them have a smell.
Smell. School picnic have a smell.
Smell like
you are so.
I can't describe it. Just smell like
and it's not that they're arm
bugs-
green
them
or
bugs
nothing.
smell like
They
school.
just smell like school. Like when them come in your car, them just smell like
You're so right. You're so right.
like me no explain. Like me I say
Right,
bombard.
it's
It
like
just
stuff.
you could have wash your bag every week. You just
No,
smell
yeah,
like
you just smell like
school. Like yeah, I mean I said yo, you know so them man the hanging tree. I swear. Yeah,
Absolutely.
the work you teach these students.
Yeah.
How do you look like? How do you look on somebody who you teach?
But maybe see that I feel like when I used to hear these things at my school, I'm not gonna come now class. Yeah. When I used to hear these things, allegedly, there used to be the ones that seemingly the young teacher, the cool young teacher.
Yes.
Right. And I think that they think that because they were young, it was okay. No.
You are an adult.
They're thinking that, oh, the gap not so big. But that's what I think
There's
that's what rationalizing.
and let me tell you, I have no problem with an age gap relationship, right? But there's a big difference between
An underage
relationship age gap and a appropriately age. Because like, if she's 24, 25, come on, tell her like 20 to 23, may I judge you a little bit? Because okay, as in like the front, because them said the frontal lobe develop when you're what, 25?
What's it so?
Or something like that, right? Women's frontal lobe develop when they're 25, whatever, right? So I say, all right, if she's 25 and you are 50, 2 are big people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there are.
2 are big people.
They're consenting.
You're consenting adults. However, right? Little grooming, I go understand, but that's a different conversation. But you being an adult,
that's what
being attracted to a child,
that's a teenager, but it's also still inappropriate because they are also. Some of them know what I'm do. Some of them don't know what I'm doing.
Who do you mean? Who
but
don't
either
know?
way,
Who don't know what I'm doing? Oh, the children.
Yeah.
Oh, come here, say the man.
Some of them know what I'm doing. Some of them don't know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's either way. We can't excuse behavior because
I don't think the thing is a child. That's the thing is I don't even think a child cannot give consent or even know what they're doing because they're children.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what you don't know. Because
fair.
Yeah, because for example, if like when your parents tell you, don't touch that.
Mm-hmm.
The fire hot. You don't know the fire hot till you touch the fire, right? You can't know what you don't know. So some people are more of the thing where it's just like they have to experience something and see that it's wrong. But because it's so normal. Like kids are gonna have crushes on you. So for example, if you are an adult, right, and like I saw a girl on TikTok tell a story about how when she was in middle school, she is an American girl and she said she went to camp and she said the counselor.
I'm to tell that story.
Oh yes,
because it brings me to the other scenario, the other story that she was spinning off of. That
so she was literally saying that she wrote a letter saying that she's like in love with him and like wrote him a love note. And what he did, he brought her in. He brought in another older person for accountability. He sat her down. He had a conversation with her. He spoke to her. I think he said he spoke to her, and they were asking her specific questions
About
like
what was her
home life. Why did she feel this way?
Yep.
What about if she didn't see any boys her age that she was attracted to? Like, he wants to get to the bottom of it, and I'm like, man,
Yeah.
because that's an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, for me, it's always pretty weird to see how are you enamored by this girl loving you? Like, how do you feel? Like how you feel good? Like, that's okay? Like, that make you feel like, oh, wow.
No.
It's weird. That's really weird.
No.
It's really, really, really weird.
It's really weird.
But
and
it's
yeah.
really weird. But that's why that scenario, I think that story what she was telling was from a scenario with the girl overseas. I think she was 11.
She was 11, and she
was dating her aunt's baby father.
Her aunt's baby father, yeah.
And she got pregnant, and she's now missing because I'm sure she's dead.
Yeah, because I haven't found her, to my knowledge.
Right? Because she was pregnant, and she was messaging him and asking him to buy her. What she was asking him to buy her? No, she asked him to bring the pregnancy test, and he lured her for the pregnancy test because she don't see her period yet. And she has not been found. It's been over a year now, or a year, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he took advantage of a little girl. Her family situation was very, very bad, and she was basically not showing much love growing up to the day that she was missing. And so he preyed on that. Sometimes people prey on the situation as well.
People prey on the situation because, for example, right? And may I say, if you see a person like, I'm just like, if you see a person needing help, a lot of them take advantage of it. They take advantage of the fact that
school fee? Okay.
Come.
You want to eat?
What you want?
You want your family to eat?
Like,
and this happens a lot in the underprivileged situations or communities.
But it happens a lot in general. I wouldn't even say it happens a lot in those communities because of how it's set up. But I feel like it's widespread because like, I've had a situation and then again, let me tell you something. As a girl, and this why I'm so passionate about this topic too, as a girl who grew up with a body, it is so, and that's why I think my father was like, made sure that me and him had the relationship we did where I could tell him everything. Because I remember at one point there was like an older gentleman, and I was in high school, and he was trying to like look me, right? He was trying to look me, and I said it to my father, and I don't know what happened, but that man never called me again, right? It never, and it was somebody who was like, I get, no, him never is not somebody who would like come my house or anything, but he was like, I wouldn't call it a family friend, like a family associate. Okay, so we'd be around them on occasion. And like, he tried it. And he tried it. He like he would have to drop off something. I think he had to drop off something once, and my mom wasn't here. She's like, oh, can you go and pick up that from so-and-so? And I went outside, and he like was trying to put money on top of the money, like, oh, for you, when you want to buy your liquor stuff. And I was like, my daddy gives me money. Like, so I was just like, and I called my father immediately and let him know. Oh, yeah, and that shit was handled.
I'm paying for sure. I see, sure.
Yeah, so, and I've never seen him since. But literally, like, and especially, like, as I said, like, growing up, it just,
The thing is also, they try because it works.
They try because it works.
It does work. It works a lot. A lot more times than it doesn't.
And you know what? There's a part of it that we need to talk about too. The openness. Because all right.
Of the grooming?
No, the openness of communication between a parent and child. Oh, okay. Because, one thing that I think saved me a lot is that I could tell my father anything. I've said this on this platform before. When I lost my virginity, the first person I told was my daddy. Like, because it was always a comfortable space to talk to him about anything, right? So when you don't allow your kids to talk to you, they are going to keep it a secret. Yeah. And I had the opposing effect with like my mom, because I couldn't tell my mother said me have man. She was just like not having it. She couldn't conceptualize it. Like she would have just glitch.
I mean, probably because that's probably what she.
That's how she grew up knowing, right? So they're just. So it's not even like. But it's the good thing is I had somebody else to bounce it off, right? However, I just can imagine persons who don't have parents to speak
Of
to
course.
and don't have
And
anybody
lots
to
of them
speak
are
to.
just don't have a system,
A support
you
system.
know?
So when you are like, oh, if you like, you hear that your daughter or your son talking about a boy or a girl or whatever, and you hear that.
Yeah, this is on me, you know. True.
Can you stop? Come. Hi. Say hi to the world. She's being bad, guys. But yeah, when you hear that your daughter or son has a crush on somebody, you do not shun it away or make it feel them feel whereabouts because when if nothing go further, you're not gonna know nothing. Cause guess what? I told my mother about one boy and the way she reacted. To this day.
And you know those are the opposing,
to this day, no, really not even know him have man.
those are the opposing.
God no.
Those are the opposing reactions that also push people into the arms of others.
Yes.
They
Yes.
do.
Yes.
They really do. They really, really do. To be honest.
Because it's like you also too. It's almost like if you don't like the person too, you have to be careful with how you do that. Because it's like me and him against the world.
People love to be rebels.
Yes, it's just like
I'm just gonna live my life. Cause them, you know, you're young, you think you know everything.
You think so you have sense and you're a fool and a brute.
And that's why I think that they think that, oh, this is the best decision I'm making right now. But unbeknownst to them, it's probably one of the most dangerous situations to be in.
Yeah. And shifting gears a little bit, victim blaming. What have a problem? I've seen where, and we don't. Did you see that story this week? I stopped and I prayed. I stopped and I had to pray
because it really
it affected me.
I've been watching, following every time I see a story, like I read up on more on it and whatever.
It affected me.
It's very disturbing.
So if you don't know what happened, there was a situation with a young girl. She was 14. Somebody broke into her house, sexually assaulted her, real bad, and she, like, her naked bloody body, whatever, has been circulating on a video. First of all, the person who posted the video, you're sick. They beat her up with a hammer. Yeah, like, you're sick. I haven't seen it. I don't want to see it. I'm glad I don't have people like that who would send shit. Like, do not send shit like that to me. Don't do it. I will, like, cut you off so fast. So I was just like, we like to blame. And I saw people in the like when do not read Observer, Gleaner, and Star. They're the worst representation.
But you know what it is? Yes, it might be the worst representation, but it's a true reflection
of society, of how society thinks. And that's why before I come and do this. That's why before I come and do this, I still try to, if we're talking about anything, I try to look through those comments because it is a true reflection of how society feels.
Then they wouldn't feel so comfortable stating.
And then when they say these things in the comments, you see the likes. Because when they said, and they were saying, what she da do? What she did I do? Why she da or how come them just come do that to her? So I'm just like, do you realize that this is a 14-year-old who cannot give consent, who does not have the I've heard family members say it to me, and I've had to check family members because they're like, oh, female family members too. They're like, them know what them did I do. How can a child know what they're doing? There's an adult in the situation who needs to act like an adult.
But my thing is also, because even that story, there's so many twists and turns to that story, because I know a lot of people are saying that there are also, I read other things where it was saying it's because they don't like the mother. It's also because people also know, because there's no way nobody knows who did this. I don't believe that nobody knows who did this. It's like you walk into a community
and you walk out.
Stay light. Everybody know, but obviously, you don't ask, don't tell, because that's just the scenario in most cases. But there's so many twists and turns to the story, and I'm just like...
And the thing is too...
Well, what is the justice, though?
The story don't matter.
It does not.
The story, and that's what I keep... Like, I'm like, every time I see these cases or anything like that, the story don't matter. The whole don't matter. She was 14.
Like, well, even if she was 30. It's still wrong.
Yeah. It's just like... I don't know, but I genuinely believe that we have a problem with blaming the victim. Aside, even when you remember the case where the girl There was a girl, a brown girl last year. Just remember because and her boyfriend came on the news too. I think they were looking for her, and the taxi man him used to
Oh, that
him used to
wasn't.
drop her to school, to drop her to work sometimes.
Oh no, I know it's not. It's not like I think it was about 2 years ago.
It was
It was
two.
her neighbor. That's
Yeah,
what it
it's her
was.
neighbor,
Yeah, it was in
and
high
people
school.
were like, "Oh, why you for take drive from the man if you
And you know, she
don't
didn't
want
stop
there with the
though.
one?"
And there was a point where she said he stopped. She stopped.
But my
I'm
th-
almost sure she stopped.
it
I'm
don't
almost
it
she
don't
did tell her. How she did tell her boyfriend about it? Cause she said like he would have made an advance and she
yeah.
told dispelled or rejected him or whatever. Yes, I remember it distinctly actually because I think it's just this year or late last year that he actually was sentenced.
Okay.
Yes.
And my whole thing is like people were just victim blaming, and I'm like,
Yeah,
guys,
it was.
we have a
But
problem.
you mustn't take them. Or sometimes it's like, oh, you mustn't take
The
the
man
man things.
things.
You know, one thing, really. I agree.
No, there's
But
merit
there's
to it, you
different
know.
other
But then there's,
yeah.
I don't think that's a scenario
That
to
was not
say
the scenario.
something to
That
let
was not
someone
the
like
scenario.
you say that.
Because it's so somebody
No,
she trusted because you mean her
you say
parents
that when
went
you're
as well.
let me tell you, you say that when you're teaching. Let me tell you, I don't like unwarranted advice from people who don't matter. Because like when you say if you do whatever, don't take man things or whatever, that's true, you know, in a sense. That's true. But however, that's the parent or that's their person in their circle of influence. Because if I look at a random person and say, don't take a man things, what that's gonna do to you, right? It's just more like you're not saying it to help. You're saying it as a comeback or like you're saying it because of the situation, and it's
Not
like
in a general
not in a genuine or even a general sense. You're just saying it to say its sake.
No.
You're just saying it to say its sake. So it's just like I don't know. There is it's a serious problem, and I think
who drives most of this?
women.
Thank you.
Yeah. You know how sad it is? Like I know
Very sad.
men have infiltrated our brains so much. Let me tell you how much man infiltrate our brain. From a young, I was here, like when I was young, I used to think, oh, I'm more mature. So that's why older guys like me.
Oh.
No, they were perverts, right? Groomers and perverts. Shout out to daddy. Two, you used to, so when you're growing up, you hear that, oh, you know, you try to make yourself wifeable, like you try to make yourself, it's everything, you try to make it, you need to present, everything is for the male gaze. Like our brain has been so messed up as a society that it's just like, especially women, we have such ingrained internal misogyny where we just like support our girls who say things like, oh, I like woman, me just say me and woman agree.
Yes. Or I only have male friends because I'm just like, that's weird.
That's weird. That's very suspicious.
Or, it's not. I always find this.
And I'm just like,
no friend.
And there's nothing wrong with because if you have majority of male friends, fine. But you don't have no female friend. Something is a little off. Like you. It's almost like they say like a sign of pride.
They think it's like. And it's very pick me, actually.
It's very pick me.
It's into something different too, because that's a whole other conversation. But yes, I think.
And they drive this thing where they like to blame victims and they try to paint the blame, and it's actually sick, especially because again, you have people who literally watching people from them young, you know, grooming them, like watching them, waiting for them to turn older, giving a parent to be a family friend, giving them little like, and then you turn around and blame the picnic them for this adult behavior.
Honestly, listen, my mother, she never played them games, you know. Leave me with who? Go sleep where?
No, absolutely not.
You know, I fear nobody.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I had to the point where at a point in thinking high school or prep school, I had a female driver. Because sometimes female driver. Okay.
Listen, even now in when you look at even the social media space, you have popular TikTokers who never lick a girl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, and they're justifying it like when you start take man, and even how the legal framework is set up. Why is the age of consent 16? Why is our age of consent 16?
I'd love to understand as well. But wait, what is it in other countries? Let's do a comparison. What
We
is it in
should
other
find that
countries?
out.
Because I don't want it to just be like an isolated thing. I want to know what it's like in the Caribbean. I don't want to use the United States.
Age of
Let's use Caribbean.
consent.
Like to maybe like a Trinidad.
You know what? Let's chat
Barbados.
GPT. Age
Absolutely.
of consent in various Caribbean islands. Okay. Shout out to you, ChatGPT. Providing age of consent info. And it's like, you know what's crazy about okay, so Antigua is 16, Bahamas is 16, Barbados is 16, Cuba is 16, Dominica is 16, Jamaica is 16, which we know. St. Lucia, all of them are 16.
Yeah.
Trinidad is 16.
No, I wonder if it was. I don't like. No, I'm wondering. You get me? Like, no, I
Mhm.
want to understand the reasons why. Then, where else has a higher? Because I'm trying to remember if there's any other country that has a higher age of consent than 16. Because I think that's all we pretty much know.
But my whole thing is like 16. If at 16 you can't drive, you can't drink, you can't make certain decisions. Why you can't agree to have sex? You can't take out a loan. But why you can't? Sex is such a big thing. Why you can't agree to have sex? Like, it don't make any sense.
You can't even get married.
You can't even
So
get married.
it's
actually very crazy.
So to think, no, it's really think about it. It's really promoting. Wow, that's so funny to me. You really can't even get married.
You can't even get married, but you can have. Think about it. You can't drink. You can't drive. You can't take out a loan. You can't rent a place, but you can have sex.
You can't rent a car. Wow.
But you can have sex. You can make a decision, a life-changing decision, to have sex. A 40-year-old man can have sex with you and not go to prison.
That's very interesting.
Uh-huh.
I'd love to understand. I guess we can deep dive at another time. Well, that's very interesting.
Mm-hmm. And even like, you know, the Sexual Offences Act, right? Shout out to we had a lawyer on, Richard Lynch, and he was breaking that down in more detail. But how it is set up, it's like it's there, but it's not like enforced.
Nothing is really enforced.
It's hard, like anything.
Buggery.
It's just hard to enforce. It's just not enforced.
So most of the stuff are not enforced, or if they're enforced, they're also so old. So the fines are so ridiculously low. Like, okay, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna pay this $100 on this again.
And with Judge, and then also too, with Judge Vic, because all right, remember the 14-year-old girl that died at the hospital when she was having the baby?
Yes.
And I was like, we victim blame so much to the point where we like a man you want, like, because people, they were saying that her mother was saying that like there's a man you want, like, not taking her pain seriously, and I'm just like,
what?
Like, they were just not taking her pain seriously, like, really? Or yeah, like it was just like a
they
thing.
She was pregnant, right?
What do you mean she was having the baby? Yeah, like,
I thought, I never knew I was pregnant. Sorry, it has to be that because it's what?
Listen, when I listened to her mother, when I listened to her mother's interview.
Okay, she was sharing
what happened. I was like, this is so, and I'm just like
again, desensitized.
Just desensitized.
We were just desensitized. Can you see that story about the 14-year-old? It's 14, right? Yes. Not the one right. It's awesome to 9 days special because no one's gonna do anything, and that's what I also saw people saying. And it's like, so that can happen. Nah, nobody now protest in the community.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What
if
I done dead?
Oh, ma'am, the whole of them run out.
Oh,
but and again, we have a serious problem, and we don't protect them. And also too, even we've been focusing a lot on women, boys too.
Boys are taking advantage of us.
Because every boy you ask when them lose their virginity,
he's an older lady,
and them did at 8 years old or 10 years old, and the woman at 30. You were raped.
Because I know somebody
like you were raped.
Actually went to Meadowbrook, and it was a female teacher.
Yeah. No, the boys. I literally the boys. Let me tell you. I don't know. Let me investigate that school there, cause
Maybe that don't work.
maybe
I
I hope
not. Jesus.
because I'm telling you there were female teachers who I remember there were female teachers who boys had videos of, like sexy videos,
Yeah.
and I was like, how?
How you get that?
But again, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, the predatory behavior, and when you're younger, you know, you don't really understand
You're
how deep
super
rooted
impressionable.
you're so impressionable, and you
impressionable.
don't realize how deep rooted
Whenever
it
I say how
is.
impressionable kids are, you really may know, you as a person that you Renee, you know say that wrong, because you grew up knowing that is wrong. But you really friend them and you guys in a group and they've decided that this is what they want to do. You know that this is a very bad thing that they need to do. But because you want to feel included, which most people tend to, you're gonna follow them. You don't want to be the lame one. I'm like, no guys, you can't do it. Most of the time that really will happen. And you're going to end up doing something that you don't really want to do.
Yeah.
But you know right from wrong.
And also, you know, even now with how social media is set up, as you said that, it exposes our kids to a lot more predators, because even something like TikTok, you ever go in a high school girl comments?
I actually don't even, because I feel so passionate about children on social media.
Because when you're looking at some of them, these kids are just dancing and doing their little TikTok challenges. And when you're looking at some of them comments, even the woman them, why I can't wait till I get older for just hold you, or you see the man them in at the little girl them comments, and I'm like, enough for a big woman, a predator, because you guys literally comment on these young boys' post and say certain things, and I'm like, you guys are predators.
They just want to do a dance challenge. Please let them be.
Like, not for not about him handsome, and I'm just like,
okay, you can take it.
You guys are predators.
Somebody can be good looking. Of course, that's not wrong with that. But we're not taking it too far though.
And even touching on the topic of predatory behavior, you have predatory friendships too.
Yes, go ahead. I know. Explain.
So there's one particular girl, right? And like she's older than me. Yeah, because she's older than me, right? So I remember even in high school, she would pick me up from school. So sometimes I'd be like, oh, my friend dropping me home, and she would come pick me up from school. But in terms of and it wasn't anything sexual, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't anything sexual or anything like that. But it was just more like, because she's older, there's certain things that she would want to do, and you would just go along with it. So, for example, if you,
that's so funny.
you get what I'm saying?
I actually feel very strongly about this.
I feel strongly about this.
I have to understand what you mean.
Cause enough of them big money, I know, and enough of them big money, I know. Them friend them young girl here, and them bring them in a things where the girl them never involved in, and you out here do it long time, and then they also do it for men, because you done sex down the place, do what you need to do. So now you want to stay in the male centered situation. So you bring on you bring on a young girl, you friend her, and you say, yeah man, him have money, go talk to him, or you bring her to certain places, you make her start drink, you make her start smoke, you expose her to things that she wouldn't have gotten exposed to if you little junk row, teeny back from them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let me tell you something. But my mother would have Japan, that's a Rasta George. Anyways, there's a 9-year age gap between me and my sister. And best believe when they're having their conversation,
all a child's place. Go out there, so. Go out there, so little girl.
Excuse me? She never run for blast me either. And in retrospect, you're just like, Lord, like, the moment, that's the way I myself, like, I just want to be a part of this. I just want to be here. Like, I don't care what you're talking about. I just want to be here. But you really understand that you also just don't need to be exposed to certain things before your time. And now, because it's a digital age, it's so almost difficult or almost inevitable that your children will be overexposed to certain things. So I know that there's certain people who are on the internet. Like, I don't remember who was talking. Was it Izende? I was watching the podcast with she and Rashcam. And she was basically saying that her daughter still don't have a phone.
Thank God.
Is she? I think so. Still don't have a phone.
Use a little iPad, girl.
I don't even think she have that. I never know.
Yeah.
She have this for school, so she not getting time there. And I'm just like, she said just certain things that she just needed to still be a child.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
and I get it, I really do. And it's like sometimes you want to be that too, and you're so forced to do otherwise because of safety reasons as well. Like, people, you want to know where your kids are, especially like extracurricular activities, and you pump time. Sometimes you're not the one that picking them up, all of that. But I'm just like, yo, if you can manage it in a way that she can hold out a little bit more, then why not?
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, these kids, what I'm doing on the internet sometimes.
And the predators are on there. They don't know.
You know that? Oh my gosh, you remember the story? A little boy. How old was he? I think he wasn't no more than 13, 14. It was a couple months ago. I was reading an article where he fell in love. He was a gamer, and he fell in love with a character.
I saw that.
Yes. He fell in love with the character, and the character was just like, he's every day come home, it's like, oh, I miss you, blah blah blah, because he's like infatuated now with this character. Strange. Anyways, he said, I can't wait. I wish I could be with you right now. And she's just like, it was a point where eventually we meet or something like that in another place or whatever. What he meant was that if he died, he would get to be with her. And so that little boy killed himself.
Just because oh God. I didn't know that happened.
And his mother, who was a lawyer, is suing the game company. And I'm just like, boy,
that's hard. That's a hard one though.
It's a hard one, but it's also just like, what do you mean?
Because you fear what you're pitney. And also too, you need to be monitoring your child. You need to be monitoring your child. That's a hard one because you want somebody to blame, but it's just like
you can't.
You can't.
Just don't think I was looking at it like, I'm not sure where I can feel for you.
I can feel for you, but yeah,
I don't know how we're gonna get anywhere with this.
Yeah.
But she did not say to kill yourself. She literally said, maybe we can meet in another lifetime, basically, and he interpreted it as that.
Because that's just his interpretation.
Correct. But
again, we really need to be. And I think as we get older, she doesn't mean that if she wants to meet, she can't meet you because it's a imaginary person. Yeah. There's nobody even behind that literally creates the characters with like algorithms, and these are standard responses that they give to people. Like, it shows obviously that brain at that level is not even able to process something like that. So much less engage in certain and have certain conversations.
Exactly.
Have certain conversations. I think though that we as we grow in technology as well, it's very important that we have boundaries. But I think the mindset, I think it's changing because I feel like the people that have that mentality, I think we're getting better, and I think we're more exposed to better ways of thinking, better information, because definitely there are certain things that I believe I'll be passing down to my child and I'm very passionate about. And I think that it's important that we collectively realize as a society that we do have a problem. We do have a problem. And sometimes even thoughts that are sometimes you don't even realize that a thought is stem from a misogynistic place.
You don't
know. Yeah.
You don't know. Because people always say this in jest. Like, sometimes, you're just up a little bit to work, you're just up a little bit to go somewhere. And, like, so I've been in the office before. I just up, but I just starting to just up a little bit more because I don't go to the office. So, I just up at the work. And a male colleague said, "Oh, you just up so."
You have dates?
I'm saying, yeah, man, look.
Yeah, or you come,
since that's where you're heading with the conversation, I'll say it to you.
Or yeah. I've gone to an internship. I'm at an internship, and it was a summer job at a big bank. And they were like, I saw this big woman in Anasir, and she said, oh, because I came in because I just followed what I saw on Pinterest, like a black suit with red lipstick. That's what the girls wore at the time. I put on a black suit, did my makeup, and they wore red lipstick. And she was like, oh, you come for look, man, in your red lipstick. Yeah. And I don't know this. I don't know her name. I don't know anything. That's literally, she just see me and she just said that.
But that's the thing that people think that lots of things that women do are for the male gaze. And to be honest, to be frank, maybe it's not. It's for me.
It's for me.
It's actually more for the female gaze than women.
I do. Let's not even get into that. But I definitely think that we have a predatory problem with both male and men and women. Even sometimes you see a child and you're like, "I know say she got shape good, huh?" Like, huh?
Stop.
Or like you see a boy and you're like, "Oh, he's gonna be a heartbreaker."
You know, that
Why? Nobody not declare that over. When me have a son, nobody not declare that over my son. He's gonna be a no.
Actually, that is just one of the very, very common comments.
He's gonna be a heart nurturer. Like, what you mean? And I feel like sometimes we say these things and we think like, why you just say that? It's like, first of all, and then you come around him turn 16 and I have 500 girl. You gonna say my girl? We've normalized it.
Whereas if you not,
We have very predatory behavior when it comes to children, and we really do need to stop.
We need to stop. Stop it. We need to stop.
But that's just out.
No. Not right now.
But those are thoughts and opinions, and yeah. So that was hot topics. Moving on to listener question.
Listener letters.
Okay, so the question is, what is a deal breaker in a relationship and a friendship?
Liar.
You had it, liar. Yeah.
No. What? Because I've seen it all, Not really seen it all. Oh my gosh. Junior is so dramatic. I've not seen it all, but I've seen some people. And I'm just like, you just like for fun?
Yeah.
That is very strange.
That's
to me
scary.
They're very extremely imaginative people too. I don't know. You lie. You lie though. You really lie. I don't like you too.
What is mine? Right? What is the deal breaker in a relationship and friendship? Let me start with friendship. I think friendship is definitely a liar and a person who mix up. Like if you just love people business, like you can't be my friend and you love people business. Cause like we went out this weekend and we didn't talk about one person. We talked about not one person. Our lives are in
that way, like, or just it was just like more like admiration of.
Or if we're talking about somebody, it's going to be in a positive way, and literally our lives are interesting enough where God no, we have enough entertainment, right? So it's just like, so if you're like a person who just love mix up, like if you're gonna call me and say, your ear say, yo, one time I go out with my friend and our co-worker, and the girl they chat from uptown, go down a ghetto, go down a midtown, and yo, me and my next friend did it, and I would not say nothing, we just observe it. We say, yo, me, so quite like church man, we just make her chat, and we say, so I always say, true. I have no follow because I be them style again. I say, yo. I say, yo, I say, yo, don't bring that girl back around me. Because it's just like, so if you're a mix-up person and you lie, you can't be my friend. Right? And then relationship-wise, I have three things. Three things I'm sure. Definitely a liar. Definitely if you have a baby on me, it's over. Like if you even like there's so much steps to having a baby on somebody, because I feel like we normalize it like, oh right. If you have listen, me and you could have done 50. If you have a baby on me, I'm out of here.
You know who's strong? Woman with.
I don't know how Rashida do it, I don't know how Rashida do it. I don't know because
have a baby on me.
I love myself.
And then you say come together now.
Don't God say. Don't tell the Bible it say if you can divorce your husband if you something there. I don't even want misquote, but I believe it says something about cheating. I don't even want misquote. But
that's next level cheating,
That's you never even put on, you never have cheap on me, you never have the decency to put on a condom, bro.
Yeah, that's next level cheating, bro. Like, you
don't even have the decency to put on a condom.
That's super saiyan cheating.
Like you. Anyways, so baby on me.
The thoughts of it just really great.
Then three, You see, if me never ask you for something, and you tell me I gonna do it. So like, me never ask you,
Unprovoked promises.
Unprovoked promises, and you know come true. You'll never, ever.
PTSD. Come on, they say we all the time.
If you'll never, ever in my life see me, you'll never see me again.
Oh, I don't remember if I asked you twice,
No.
But even if I ask you to do something for me, like to assist me, can you take a lot from me for asking things? So remember asking 2 times? Oh, I'm begging and
no.
Cancel it.
Because, alright, asking is one thing and I can me ask. Right. You see, when me never ask, and you come say you go give me.
This watch I like it, See this watch I get buy it.
And then you don't do it.
Yeah,
don't chat to me ever again. Don't look my way. Not talk to me. Don't look my way.
You don't say no far from lying though.
It just no. I think it's a worst quality in a person. Don't tell me you're going to do something there, and I never ask your feet. And I think that's the one I'm most passionate because it's just like, what, nigga? I didn't even ask you.
That's crazy,
You know, man, you know what boy did to me one time? That boy can say never ever talk to me again. You know what boy did to me one time? And I tell you, say never hear from me again. I literally, he said to me that he wanted me to see him, right? He wanted to, and he offered to like buy the plane tickets. And because he lived abroad, and he was just like, and then literally, because there's 2 situations in that, and I don't know which one you remember, and he was just like, he just never said nothing after a while, and then but the last conversation me and you have was about seeing me, so you now come hello hi me,
right? What going?
So I just ignore the hello hi. So I say hi, I'm a what's up. I'm good, you good? Yeah, I'm there, and him just talk about him regular day, so I stop answer. Come and say the last conversation we had was you saying X, Y, and Z. So him come back now, he might tell me, say, oh, you know, I have a body pass. And I say, I guess I gotta go. And I did go, and I've never spoken to him since, because
guys, we're not looked. Alright, I just want to disclaim: we're not saying anything is wrong with our body pass. Jeez Louise. But I'm saying, like, did you not reach that level?
No, we just like this was like get to know me, but it's just like, and then you never and you were the one who said like it, and it wasn't the way. I think it was the way. It was just like, oh yeah, man, baby, I wanna fly you out. Right. I wanna see you. It was just very like.
No, you don't.
So yeah, don't promise, don't promise me not no me never ask for. I mean this yo. Yeah. Don't promise me not no me never ask for. Yeah, no promise me nothing. Don't promise me nothing.
And this me come in a regular like we're like you just content and somebody just.
You just see me and say, you know, somebody go buy you that, and then you just lie. You just lie. You just lie and disgusting.
Deception.
And you want, like, it's almost like you want to get the person that you euphoric feeling. But me, I'm glad me still.
Surprise me, nobody tell me say you buy it.
Surprise me. You could have promised me a little more. I'm not happy till me get it.
Surprise.
If you're not in my hand, I'm not happy.
No.
Like, Also, I see a girl say before, say, yo, you can imagine a man promise you money and you spend the money before you get it and don't get the money.
Stop. No, you're in arrears.
Me miss you. Hey, but see one girl. You know, so one girl we did work at one phone store, and one girl come in, and she said the man tell her to go buy the phone. She did on the FaceTime with her babes, you know.
Hey, nobody will give me back the money. Hey, don't do it.
She did on post on FaceTime with her babes, you know.
Send the money.
And the babes said, your babes not the babes said, you man baby buy the
and
it was a Samsung something so a smartphone and he said, yeah man baby just buy it, and he have like a British accent, and he said, yeah man baby just put the phone and I'll send it back. You know, so next week Dali come in and want to return the phone because the man never send the money. She said, girl,
don't give back some that way now. I think you need to send the money before.
Send the money before the purchase.
I think so. I think it's best.
Because
both of us, I think it's best that you send the money before I buy it. What?
Like,
giving me back
I'm
something,
say,
it should be a surprise then.
and it's all the girl
Like I
shame.
spent it on another one he was gonna give me
To all the
back.
girl
Yeah.
shame. To all the girl shame, she come in at the store. And it was like 4 or 5 of us that worked on the floor. She look, and she said, like she looked at me and she said, you are the girl who have the patience with me. She said, come here, girl. She said, remember me? Go buy the phone. She said, no, so the boy never send the money. You can't help me. And I did help her. Pick up yourself.
Absolutely.
Because me I say,
Wicked man.
drunk, like, it was, I mean, say, you know, say disgusting.
You don't feel bad. after
Put
that
people
shit.
in arrears for you tell lie. No. How people that spend money when you know say no plan for send.
This is a wicked man.
You's a wicked.
That's a wicked man.
You's a wicked.
It's a wicked.
Anyways, so that was the Goodgal Podcast.
Hey.
We will see you next week.
Next time.